Let's throw tarot. Just wanted to start off by reminding everyone that this is a safe space for all relationship types, whether you be queer, or straight, polyamorous, monogamous. We might do things a little bit differently here than you may be used to with other readers on YouTube. I think this is an important thing to note. So, here we are, Taurus. I am a very new reader here, and I am a Taurus myself. So I just wanted to start off with reading for Taurus, because that is energy that I am very comfortable with. So yeah, I'm going to be reading with the Golden Art Nouveau deck today. It's technically the Rider-Waite deck, just has a bit of different art going on. So, hope everyone's day is going well, and I hope that this reading resonates for you. I wanted to start by calling upon our guides. May they be present with us in this moment and throughout this reading for our highest good and for the highest good of everyone involved. May we not be kept in the past or too far into the future, and may we be present in this moment for what matters now. I wanted to also iterate that I am a Hellenistic astrologer, meaning I use the whole sign house system, and I focus on rising signs. I would recommend this reading if you are a Taurus rising, and if you know your rising, I would recommend going to check out that video also. If you are a Taurus sun and still feeling aligned with this video, by all means, this video can be for you. Alrighty, root of the reading, we have the Six of Wands. Feeling very upfront, confident, charging into something new. I totally understand that. Alright, we're starting off with some major arcana cards. So, what we have here is the Emperor in the upright. We have the Queen of Cups, and we also have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So, right off the bat, I'm getting that we are stepping into a space of divine masculine. I look at the Emperor and Empress as divine masculine, divine feminine. Totally aside from gender, we all have both energies in us. So starting off with that, we may be seeking to create structure in our life. So the Emperor card is connected to the Aries energy, also related to the Six of Wands, about coming forward in very fiery, passionate energy. We may be sitting upon our throne, looking at our life and going, well, what am I going to build? I've been aligning with that energy a lot lately, also being a Taurus rising and sun myself. So as we step into that, definitely an invitation to, honestly, I'm getting a lot about the fact that he is sitting on his throne, so maybe take some extra time in meditation, really thinking about stepping into what your power is and recognizing the structures that you want to build in your life. So to complement that, we also have the Queen of Cups. So specifically, I like to look at as many other readers do, I like to look at the court cards as usually a physical person. So this Queen of Cups could be connected to you, and she is water. So she is in her feels, she is in her emotions, and she's intuitive and in touch, and we do have her in the upright here. So really allowing your intuition to guide you as you are building the structure of your own life. Definitely a very beautiful thing. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for our next energy. And when the Wheel of Fortune comes in the reverse for me as a reader, it's a bit of, I would say, testing fate a little bit. There are parts of us that are not wanting to let the wheel turn, getting a bit of resistance to allowing things to play out, maybe trying to have more control over things than we really need. We do have the Emperor in the upright, and if the Emperor were in reverse, I would be getting, kind of gripping on too heavily, but I think that those energies are kind of going together with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, that maybe we are focused on a sense of control rather than allowing things to flow. So we do have that powerful energy of the Six of Wands, um, showing that we have the drive and we have the ambition to move forward. We're in touch with our emotions and our intuition, but maybe we are getting a little bit too caught up in kind of the future and where things could be going, and trying to hold on to a specific outcome. And so what this is reminding us is that even in this pursuit, we are being reminded to take it slow and to allow things to flow. The ambition is very strong at this time, that is for sure. But yeah, definitely just allow things to play out in the way that the universe is offering them to us. So, all right, on to some next cards. Let's see anything that is tangibly showing up that could give kind of confirmation for who this reading might be for, and allowing things that the universe is offering us to continue to play out. Too many. Did see the Nine of Cups. I'm not going to grab it. We'll see if he comes back, then we will go ahead and grab it. All right. Ooh, this makes perfect sense. The Chariot card. Anything else? Oh, there he is again. All right, now we have to take it. Okay, cool. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, rooting us down. So we'll talk about that first, as per usual. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, that's showing me a bit more of not allowing the universe to kind of grow through in its abundance for you. Definitely kind of holding on to something a little bit too strongly rather than allowing things to flow. This also could be maybe someone, again, I look at the court cards oftentimes as people, again, could be you. This could be someone that's kind of holding you back on a physical level. I am getting a bit of that. It's kind of hurting my heart. I'm feeling it in my chest. Ooh, I don't know if there's someone that maybe you're draining your resources upon, someone who is keeping you chained because of some kind of emotional connection, someone who you thought was going to offer you more than they were able to offer you. And so you're going through a bit of a process with that one. Ooh, okay, I am letting go of that energy politely just because I do feel it in my heart, and I'd like to continue with this reading and see how we can get out of this. So next we have the Chariot. Chariot with the Emperor, super powerful energy. I'm not surprised to see the Chariot in this at all, as far as moving forward and setting the precedent for our life and our structure and allowing things to come to fruition for us. So again, with that Six of Wands from before too, that drive, that power, that ambition, I am getting a lot of balancing of the masculine and feminine energies. This is something that I look at with the Chariot. Chariot is a Cancer card, so again, connected to that Queen of Cups, using the intuition to figure out how to drive us forward. So we got the masculine that does and is in the physical and brings forth that drive, and then we have the feminine that's the listening and the intuition. So we have the Chariot in the upright, so we are definitely considering both the masculine and the feminine as we move forward in this, which is really, really beautiful and really powerful with the Emperor. I love this. With the Queen of Cups, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So with this ambition and all of these things also connected to the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I'm getting that we may be a bit out of touch with our physical surroundings still. I know I keep mentioning that also with the Emperor as far as like the physical structure and that type of thing. With both Pentacle cards being two of the cards that are in reverse, we may be a little bit out of touch. So again, allowing things to flow. This has been one of the biggest things that has been coming up in this time. I know with a lot of the astrological transits right now, a lot of us are feeling pretty restricted. Having Mars in Cancer in retrograde, that's in retrograde, is a really difficult, debilitating placement. So it may be hard for us to feel like we can move forward, and also it being in Cancer is basically putting a very nurturing, very intuitive, very relaxed sign in this like Mars, I want to do. So it's an interesting time of balance, and that's part of why I think we're being called to really look at what masculine and feminine energy look like together, and balancing that in a particular way. So tangent aside, I think also really just focusing on our own sense of abundance. Nine of Pentacles often can be related to being in our like independent, dare I say, single kind of energy. I don't like to go super far down the rabbit hole of relationships unless it's very, very clear to me. So anyway, stepping into our power and stepping into what it looks like to be independent, and also what we are creating on a physical level. What does our job look like? What does our money look like? What does our house look like in our room? If we are living in a house or a room, what does our environment around us look and feel like? And is it conducive to what we want to create? That's something that I feel called to talk about as well. Is in my space, in my room, and my physical belongings in general, I have been going through a massive, massive purging. And I feel that a lot of us in the collective are, especially the Taurus collective, are being asked to let go of physical belongings and to slice out the things that aren't allowing us to express the proper structure in our lives. So yeah, I think maybe taking a look at that would be a really beneficial thing for you. And yeah, again, how to create your environment so that it is conducive to you, and allowing the universe to give you what it's going to give you, offering up that room in order to be aligned with the greater purpose. So next card we have is the Nine of Cups in reverse with that Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So part of the reason that we may be restricting our ability to let the universe flow and to continue in the path of fate is maybe that we are tapping into a sense of feeling like we already know exactly what we want, and that we may feel comfortable in what we have, but also at the same time there is kind of this discordance where we are not actually comfortable with it. We just don't really want to take a form of action, which is interesting that I am getting that because of that previous ambition that I was getting and everything. So there may be kind of this like weird disconnect between the different parts of ourselves, and I'm getting kind of like the differences between the elements. It's like we may have this really fiery, passionate feeling in our body that is kind of in a weird spot in relation to, again, yeah, for some reason I'm getting the Nine of Cups, even though this is a water sign or a water card with the intuition. I am getting that this is kind of related to our sense of our environment not feeling right. So we may be, I'm getting kind of a stubbornness energy. Yeah, that would make sense. So the Nine of Cups is kind of giving us this stubborn, like, well, what if I just stay here? What if I just keep things this way? Like, what if this is actually enough for me? But the universe is saying that there is more. That's why the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, because you are fighting the offering of more. So interesting. So yeah, take that confidence, take that passionate energy. I'm getting a lot of sacral chakra energy, taking that energy and moving it forward. in a way that is beneficial, and admitting that the things around you may not be actually what you want, and really just taking the physical action to understanding that there will be more for you. So I hope this is making sense. Ooh, the situation is involving some heartbreak. It's involving not wanting to maybe make that call, not wanting to make the difficult decision, even though it is what will most benefit you. I look at the pipeline between the Two of Swords to the Three of Swords a lot as well. The Two of Swords is that decision. You go this way or that way. Also related to the Chariot, this way or that way. Where are we going? And we make that difficult decision. And we decide, we understand that we need to do this even though it hurts. Because the truth hurts. And taking that step is hard. Moving into that is a scary, scary thing. So, yeah, I just saw an image of weed whacking with the sword, the sword of truth, perhaps, and ending up at a place that genuinely feels so good. And we are so far from that right now because we're in this. We're in this pain. We're in this situation that is so difficult still. And the universe is trying to offer us more. The universe is trying to offer us more. We have to go through this painful situation. Just have to. And you are the only one who can take that sword and who can cut through all of the bramble. And that's something I'm getting to with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, where it's almost like the plants that are growing in our life are kind of like invasive species. Like if you know, up here in the Pacific Northwest, there are invasive blackberries, and they grow like wild, and they hurt. They're thorny and prickly and painful. And if you've ever walked through blackberries or anything with thorns, you understand that it is just painful. And if you need to cut through, I've done work outside and clearing paths and doing groundskeeping and things like that. It is almost grueling work cutting out the blackberry thorns. But I think that this is related to the situation that you're in now, and what it's going to look like taking that sword and cutting through the blackberry bushes, understanding that you're likely going to get pricked, you're going to get hurt, and right now you might not even be able to see through the bramble at all. But ultimately, it is up to you to make this choice. Do you want to stay on this side of the bramble where you're not really comfortable, and you're going to keep turning and looking at this giant blackberry bramble bush, and you're going to know that there's something incredible waiting for you on the other side? Or you can just push through it, and you can go through the pain of what that is. Or you can just stay where you are. Eventually, fate is going to take over anyway. While we do have free will, there are also things in which we are destined for. So, you are going to continuously be called to move through this in one way or another. But ultimately, of course, it is up to you to decide what you are going to do with this. My heart goes out to you. I can feel how painful this situation is. I am a total lover. I even have the Three of Swords tattooed on my calf because I am not a stranger to what heartbreak looks like and feels like, and what grief looks like and feels like. And I'm just sending you my best in regards to that pain, because I know that it is a lot. So let's see if we have any other advice here. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Okay, which one are we taking? Top and bottom. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Well, I said that I don't usually go towards these relationship readings, but now I am getting clearly that there is something to do with releasing ourselves from a relationship. And that is, I would say, a lot of what this, take it out, resonates, but a lot of what this Three of Swords is representing. as in relation with that Six of Wands that we got first, that ambition, that power moving through, we now have the Ace of Wands. This card is pure ambition. It is taking charge of your own life. Part of what I love about the Ace of Wands in this deck is that that fist is just gripping, taking absolute charge of what it looks like to take control of your own life and to really start that seed of beginning something new. This reminds me of the Magician and how the Magician, because I think about the Ace of Wands as really the magic wand, and so the Magician bears this and, you know, does what they will in what they're creating in their life. So you're really at a point where you're being asked to, again, make that tough decision if you do so choose, with the Devil in reverse, letting go of the chains of that which is holding you back. I'm remembering that message about the potential of that Queen of Pentacles being an individual that may be holding you back, someone who you thought that you would receive more abundance from, who is really genuinely just holding you back. And in this particular case, the Devil card is showing me that you are chained to this energy, you are chained to this person, maybe even this place, anything that represents and resonates with what you're getting from this. You are chained to this right now, and you are being asked to take off the shackles, understanding that you have the power, the Ace of Wands, you have the power to do that. 100% you have the power to do that. I know that it is hard. You are absolutely being promised something beautiful on the other end of this. Don't let yourself get too out of whack with your own emotions, even though it's hard. Take control of that. So, I'm going to do next here, I'm feeling called towards the Archetypes deck. This deck is absolutely incredible, and I would like to pull a card for you guys to give you kind of an archetype to focus on, maybe some hope for the future, maybe something that's real about what you need to hear about this situation, potentially this person, potentially your new life moving forward that you are, bringing forth. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Just one card, please. All right, cool. Here we are. So interesting. I got this card for myself recently, and, you know, Taurus, we are all connected. So this is the desert. I'm going to search through this little booklet, and I will find the desert. Been through the desert on a horse. A horse with no name by America. That song has been in my head for so long. I've honestly been receiving so many desert synchronicities. It's crazy, but anyway, this is about y'all, even though we're all connected. Okay, so the desert, the drought, the wasteland, the badlands. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes' call surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. Wow, that is making a lot of sense. The path through the bramble will be tough. It's interesting, kind of like with these two different visions from the Archetypes deck and what I was getting with the bramble. Either way, it's going to be tough. But you are promised something beautiful on the other side. I believe in you. Take your power. Take your power back, baby. Again, this is Stone's Throw Tarot. Thank you so much, Taurus, for tuning in, and have an incredible day wherever you are. Thank you.